Solving multi-step equations with variables on one side. Okay, when solving multi-step equations, first thing I want to do is I want to separate my left side of the equation from my right side. So I'll do that by drawing my line here. And then the first step to solving the multi-step is that you want to distribute if possible and then combine like terms. So I'm looking at this problem. I don't see any distribution, but I do see like terms. So I want to take this 4n and combine it with this negative 2n. When I combine those, I get 2n. I'm left with plus 12 on this side equals 4. Now we identify our operations. So right here I have plus 12, and over here I have 2 times n. So we're going to want to do the opposite. I'll take the plus 12, and to do the opposite I subtract 12 from both sides. It cancels. I'm left with 2n equals negative 8. Then I'll divide by 2 on both sides, and I'm left with n equals negative 4. For this next problem I do the same thing, except it's just reversed. This time the variables are on the right side of the equation. It doesn't really matter, we still want to move everything away from them. Okay, so I split the sides. I distribute if possible. I don't see any distribution here, so I will combine the like terms. So I have an x and negative 5x. Together that's negative 4x plus 3 equals 3. We will then subtract 3 from both sides. That gives me 0 here. This gives me 0 over here as well. So 0 equals negative 4x. Divide by negative 4. And 0 divided by negative 4 is 0. So the value of x is 0. Okay, in this problem I'm going to split the left side and the right side of my equation. I will distribute if possible. There is no distribution, so I will go to combining like terms. I have negative 2k and another negative 3k, so altogether it's negative 5k plus 3 equals negative 7. Then I will just do the opposite operations to move the numbers away from the variable. So we want to get everything away from the k. So minus 3, it's negative 10 equals negative 5k. This is negative 5 times k, so we do the opposite operation, which would be dividing by negative 5. So 2 equals 1k. Okay, example 4. We're going to split the sides again. We will distribute if possible. None, so we will combine like terms. We have negative 3r, positive 2r. When I combine those, I'm left with negative 1r minus 4 equals negative 1. We're going to perform the opposite operations once everything is combined. So we will add 4 to both sides. Negative r equals 3. And we know that a negative r equals 3, but we want to know what a positive r equals. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. A negative divided by a negative over here gives us a positive r equals 3 divided by negative 1 is negative 3. For example 5, same thing. We're going to split the sides, and we will distribute if possible. And here I do see distribution. I'm going to take this negative 3 and multiply it times each of the terms inside of the parentheses. Negative 3 times positive 4r is negative 12r. And a negative 3 times this negative 8 is going to give me a positive 24. And that's going to equal negative 36 altogether. So once I've distributed, I see if I can combine any terms. And these are both different, right? This one has an r and this one doesn't, so I won't be able to combine those. Next, I would do the opposite operations to get rid of the numbers. I want to get them away from the variable. So we will subtract 24 from both sides of the equation. Negative 12r is left on this side, and that equals negative 60. It's negative 12 times r, so we divide by negative 12. We get a positive r on this side, divide by negative 12 on this side. A negative divided by negative is a positive, so 60 divided by 12 is 5. Okay, last example. Split my sides, left side and right side of the equation. I first look for any distribution, and I see here to distribute this 3 to the negative 5n and to the negative 5. So let's do that. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15n. 3 times this negative 5 gives me negative 15. After I distribute, I see if I can combine like terms. There's nothing to combine. This one has an n, this one has no variable. So I do the opposite operations now. So we add 15 to both sides. So 90 equals negative 15n. It's negative 15 times n, so we divide by negative 15 on both sides. And this gives me n equals negative 6.